Hello everyone, this is Marion from Living Simple PEI, and I thought I'd give you a tour of my greenhouse. Today is April 17th. This is just walking in. Oh, and I have some violas outside hardening off before I plant them out. Those ones are Johnny Jump Ups. Oh, and I have my fox and my angel that I'm going to stick out in the flower bed soon. Seems like I have way too many things to do. It's nice and warm in here. It is 21 degrees. Okay, let's see. First, I have my patio tomatoes. I put them in 1-gallon pots. Most of them. I didn't quite get them all in yet. Lots of blossoms on them. And what do we have here? Oh, we have some hollyhocks. And my pink pampas grass. It's very slow growing. And over here I have some Scotia tomatoes. Up here I've never started these before inside, but thought I'd try bachelor buttons and some purple alyssum. Down here's the tomato plants I still have to pot up in the individual cells. Some feverfew, some petunia. The petunias don't look very good. What do we have here? Let me think now. Marigolds? Yes, orange marigolds, pumpkin orange marigolds. And here we have some coleus, Roger's favorite plant. He loves the color of them and that. So I started some. It's supposed to be a variety pack. They look pretty similar, most of them. And I have some onions growing there. Those are the purple onions right there and right there that I started from the bottom of onions that I used in the kitchen from last year. Here's my spinach. And it's a type of onion. I don't remember what kind. And same with those ones. Here I have my two different kinds of kale. One's a curly kale. I assume this one is the curly kale. And then dinosaur kale when it gets bigger. It's quite different looking. And there's my succulents, different kinds of sedums. They're really grown nice. These ones get a little orange look on them, but you can't really see it yet. Maybe it's the flowers that are orange, I forget. And there we have some chamomile. I had to put it down on the lower shelves because up on the upper shelves, it was getting too hot for it. And it's actually starting to get hot in here. Maybe it's just me. And here I have my horse chestnut trees. I have 6 of them. These I started last year. And I moved them into the 1-gallon pots the other day because they were getting really root bound. And I believe those are some irises starting. And there's some Siberian iris and some different daylilies. And I believe that's another daylily just starting. Up here, I have one little maple tree. I have red Baron onions, which I just pruned the tops off them today. And this one here is shallots. And the back ones are more onions. Those are red Baron. Actually, these ones are ruby reds right here. And here I started some more dahlia seedlings that just came up a few days ago, and I repotted them into their individual cell, and I'll put them in 3-inch pots once they get a little bigger. Here I have some different color lobelias. They could be white, blue, purple, or kind of a reddish color. So it'll be a surprise when they come out in bloom. We'll see what colors we end up with. And here I have a whole bunch more horse chestnuts planted. This tray is already sprouted. I noticed when I was planting them, most of the chestnuts were sprouted. These ones aren't. They weren't sprouted at all. So it'll be interesting to see if these ones actually come up at all. And I'm hoping half of them come up at least. And here we have the violas. I didn't put this tray out yet. I'm waiting for them to start blooming before I set them outside. And some more violas. I did have an orange purple variety, so I'm hoping that's what these ones are. There's some petunias. I haven't had very good luck with petunias this year. There's some very tiny, tiny ones in there. And here we have some corabelles. They're starting to grow nice. If I turn them around, you can get the growth. Look. Pretty. And we have our creeping phlox. I never know how to say this one. It is euonymus or something like that. I'm not really sure. Euonymus. This one will winter outside nice. It's starting to grow again now. You can see it's starting right there. And then here, I think I called it creeping phlox before, but it's not a creeping phlox. I think it's a type of course I can't remember now, dianthesis. I just not 100% sure, but when I look it up, it comes up dianthesis. Anyway, that's what I'm going to call it today. This we have a bistorte. It has a nice pink flower spike, kind of the shape of a bulrush, but it's pink. And here we have some daisies. It's I call them Shasta daisies, but they're shorter than a Shasta daisy. And here we have, I started these from seed. I'm really proud of these. Some clematis. Some of them are quite big. One of them's just struggling. It's tiny, tiny. And it's a Virgin's Bower clematis. Little white flowers on it. And here is the dahlias. These are really pretty ones. It's called Collaborate Dandy Dahlia Mix. It'll be exciting to see those. And then we have some orange grape tomatoes. I always get a lot off these every year. Really love them. Grandson loves them. And some wax begonias. And then there's a little succulent that I got at Cold Breeze and split it up. Oh, one of them's struggling. Might have to take that guy in the house. It's funny because usually succulents don't need much water, but I have some of them in the house and they started to turn brown. I was like, what's going on with them? So I actually start watering them a lot and they've actually come back real nice. So I guess that's one that's opposite. And these are the geraniums that I had in the house and I cut them off and now they're all starting to grow again. Don't know if I got them all labeled. Oh yeah, that's a salmon colored one. Salmon's really pretty. That's a pink one. I have a pink one in the house blooming right now. I really like it. And this is my Concord grape. Yeah, you're starting to see a little life on there and a little life on that one. And just for fun, these need watered. Let some of the sunflowers grow that I was starting for sprouts that I was eating. Now, over here we have my forsythia. It has yellow flowers on it in the spring, which this one has already flowered. Bushing up nice. And we have a carpet bugle. Some people call it bugleweed because they don't like how it spreads. Kind of like a weed. It's nice to have it in a contained area. And you can see that the flower bud's starting to come. They have little purple flowers. And we have a hardy geranium. It has a nice kind of purple pink flower. Comes back every year. Perennial, of course. And we have lavender. And then a whole bunch of privet hedge. Privet hedge has like kind of reminds me of a lilac flower, but it's white and is very dainty. And then it gets a purple berry on it that is not edible to us, but the birds like to eat them in the winter. And here's the other tomatoes, the patio tomatoes. Let me see if I can show you some little ones in here. I'm not seeing any. Lots of blossom. Oh, there's some little ones there. There's quite a few on them. It's just probably on the right side. I'm going to put these in 1 gallon pots any day now. I've been behind. There's so much to do all at once. Oh, more tomatoes there. Lots of blossoms. I'll be selling a few of these too. And here we have some yellow onions. I just pruned them off this morning. I didn't take out the dead grass. The dead, I shouldn't call it grass, it's onions. But when you pinch off the tops or cut off the tops, it helps them to thicken up really well. So you get a bigger onion bulb. And there is a parsley coming up in there. But I have maple seeds planted. I don't know if they're going to grow. They're red Acer maple is what it's called. It doesn't grow as large as the other maple trees. And we have some sweet peas. I don't know if I've ever started sweet peas in the house before. Started them in the house, then moved them to the greenhouse. But I thought I might sell some cut flowers this year, so I thought I'd get an early start in some sweet peas. And we have romaine lettuce here. And some celery. This year I grew, what kind? Tender something. I think it's called Tender Crisp celery instead of Utah. I got it off of Etsy from somebody. So that'll be a nice treat. And we have our Dusty Millers. Dug them out of the greenhouse floor, and they're all just right in there, starting to get some growth. Yeah, some of them are starting quite a bit. Nice. And we have some English ivy, and you can see the new growth is starting there. There. I just took these off cuttings off the one that's growing in here. And we have more of the Tender Crisp celery. Pretty sure that's what it's called. Let me check. Yep, Tender Crisp. And we have a little tiny oak tree and an apple tree. It was starting to get some leaves. I don't know, it might not make it. We'll find out. And here's that lilac. I think I showed it to you in the last one. Wow, it's really getting some good growth on it. That's an old-fashioned lilac. Another oak tree. Oak trees are a little slower to come out in their leaf. Oh, you can see a little bit of green there. And we have right here is the orange willow. I have another one right here. And this is a golden chain. I'm not sure if it's going to survive. We'll find out soon enough, I guess. And then we have several more oaks. Oh, and over here is the phlox. These ones grow about, I don't know, 1.5 to 2 feet high. And they have really pretty flowers on them. I think that one's what would you call that? Like a scarlet? I'm not really sure. Down here, I have some of the creeping phlox, and it's flowering. The pot in the middle is the original plant, and I took some branches and stuck them under the soil. See if I can't get them to root to get 4 new plants. And here's the strawberry spinach, which we're supposed to get berries off of eventually. And some more spinach. I have to weed the lettuce. And I'm just starting to see some peas come up. These are, where's that other one? They're hard to see. There. There. Oh, another one poked there. So hopefully I get a few more than that. Oh yeah, there's some more there. These are sugar snap peas. Up here on my shelf is my strawberries. And it's my blossoms. I'll have to take a paintbrush to that. Oh, another blossom on this one. And a tiny blossom on that one. I don't know if you can see. Yeah. And another strawberry spinach. They were struggling in the house, so I wasn't sure if they were going to make it. I took them out here and they seem to be much healthier. So I pretty much have most of my plants moved out. Anyway, that's what's happening in the greenhouse these days. Starting to get busier all the time. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my little video. Bye-bye.